Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am, of course, Iron Man. Over here is my black friend.
No, I'm Norman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have my black friend. I'm over here with the Iron Patriot, the real Iron Patriot, Norman Osborn. But we're taking over the NotA podcast right now a little bit here for Halloween ComicFest?
Halloween ComicFest, for sure.
Halloween ComicFest over here. Here's in Dragons in Columbia, South Carolina. And we're feeling very super today, aren't we?
Super.
Is that cliche?
Feeling super? Well, I mean, is Iron Man really a superhero?
I am super.
How do you define super?
Shut up.
Don't you have to have, it's like Batman. Is he really a superhero or is he just a hero?
Look, we don't have the Batman fans to really argue that.
You're right,
point.
sorry.
I'm only an Iron Man fan just because I'm Iron Man because of my tech. I'm a tech guy.
Right.
But thank you so much for joining us and viewing this. By the time you probably see this, happy Halloween.
That's right.
The real Halloween, not the weekend Halloween. The real Halloween. October
I mean,
31st.
the way you work, by the time this comes out, people don't eat Thanksgiving.
It will be Thanksgiving. Yes. Exactly. Oh, but we do want to appreciate everybody for tuning in and
Listening?
listening. Of course, listening as well. I don't do audio very well.
Clearly.
So we have a good information of news and a little bit of discussions we're going to be talking about today. First up, because of in lieu of our outfits, we're going to be talking about Iron Patriot gets his own comic book.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it was great until I read about it.
Aren't you in it though?
Yes, it's me.
But not actually.
No, it's not Norman as the Iron Patriot. They're giving Rhodey the Iron Patriot costume, and he's going to be the Iron Patriot. And it's just like, oh, so because of Iron Man 3 now, Rhodey's going to be...
So Rhodey's getting rid of the War Machine outfit, the black and gray, and putting on the gray,
blue, red,
yeah,
whatever.
metallic white, which is great.
Yeah, I guess it might be. I don't know, man. I don't like it. It drives me crazy because it is a really good fit for what he does.
It is. He's a soldier. I mean, he wears the Iron Man suit. Iron Patriot is technically just color. That's all it really is.
Yeah, but
of course,
it's what he was, man.
In the comic book world, we all know Iron Patriot as Norman Osborn.
The Dark Avengers was just so good, and
do you
know.
feel like this new direction with Iron Patriot they're going with, making it Rhodey? Do you feel it sullies what Dark Avengers did?
I don't know if it sullies it. It almost sullies War Machine, doesn't it? Because now, is War Machine even around anymore? No, right?
I mean, the War Machine suit, I can probably see still being there, but I mean, Rhodey is now going to be called the Iron Patriot. Iron Patriot issue 1. What's he going to do? It's the same enemies that Rhodey would have, but at the same time, what enemies did War Machine really have?
Threats against the U.S. government. That's all it ever really was.
I mean, the only times I ever read anything about War Machine was he was always with another side version of the Avengers.
When I first got into comics, I started buying everything, and I legitimately was buying everything that remotely interested me. Of course, I cut back on that, but one of them was the War Machine run. I had 6 or 7 issues of it, and it's essentially what it was. It was the other heroes were rarely there, and it was just him doing missions against terrorists for the U.S. government. It's pretty much what it was.
So, in fact, he was a super soldier.
Yeah. Well, he was just a regular soldier with a super suit.
There you go.
Yes. Captain America is the super soldier. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, he was pretty much doing what Captain America really should have been doing, being the soldier for the U.S. government.
I mean, does Captain America not do that? Well, I guess he's kind of more of a agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. than anything else. But
that's right, he is.
But, he's all about the America.
Yeah.
So, don't fret, man. That's good.
At the same time, we can't really judge it that much because we have to wait for issue 1. We have to wait for it. Once issue 1 comes out, there's a couple of issues, we'll see how it goes.
I'll read it. You know me, I read everything.
Yes, you do. And then he tells me what to read.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Except I'm serious.
You just take it from me, and you're like, oh, I'm going to read that.
Yeah. Don't leave it out on your desk then.
I should start charging you half of what I pay for all my comics. I should start billing you for that.
Billing me?
Yes.
I don't have that kind of money.
All right.
Stop having so many good comics, though. Except for Super.
What? Wow. Okay.
Ugh.
Oh, sorry about that.
Nice.
Just beat the mic up. My bad.
All right. Well, we're gonna get back. I think the Nerds of the Apocalypse are actually coming by now, so we're gonna take off and let them continue on with their normal show. But I can't wait to see your new comic book, Rhodey. Norman. Whatever.
Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome.
Right.
Be right back.
Okay, we'll be right back. Hold on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is, of course, Trax and
Stevie B.
for Nerds of the Apocalypse. Did you see Iron Man and Rhodey?
It was crazy.
Or was it Norman? I keep forgetting if it was Norman or not.
It's always going to be Norman to me.
He sounded so weird.
The Iron Patriot is not Rhodey. It's Norman Osborn. And always will be.
There you go. So, they gave us some pretty neat news about the Iron Patriot comic coming out. Did they say when it's coming out?
Yes, but do I remember? No, sorry. It's part of the all-new Marvel now.
So we're looking at January, probably.
Yeah.
Probably January, okay.
The all-new Marvel now. What is that?
Dude, it kills me.
Whatever, okay.
Just because X-Men was all new. That's really it.
That one title did great. Now we have to do all-new everything. Sorry.
All-new Mighty Avengers.
I just started, yeah.
The demographic Avengers.
The everything but white Avengers.
Wow, Stevie.
That's what it is.
Okay. So, continuing on with the news coming from Iron Man and Iron Patriot, we have a new comic book coming from DC, Batman Eternal. You know more about that, right?
Well, yeah. I know it's another Bat book.
It's another Bat book, yes.
No, it's I don't know how much of Batman's going to be in it, but it's stories from Gotham. The only good thing about it I don't say good thing about it, but I just tired of the influx of Batman books. It's like, oh, we have to put out 100 Batman books. Scott Snyder.
Do you know how many Avengers books we need to pop out?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And but Scott Snyder's at the helm, so.
Oh, Scott's doing it?
Yeah, so it can't be. I mean,
I'll
he's not at the helm of the book. He's at the helm of running the book, if that makes sense.
Oh, so he's the editor.
Yeah, I think he's going to write a few. So
from the way it sounds, talking about how it's the characters of Gotham, I think it's going to be like not superhero-esque type of thing, probably from the views of the actual citizens.
No, it's going to be like random people from Gotham, like characters that have been in Batman.
Okay.
Like villains and things like that too. So we'll see.
I just superior foes of Batman.
I just don't like, man. I just have the thing at so many Bat books, man. At least. Like, let's do Batman, let's do Detective. Like, and then we got, I don't know, it's either here or there, but it's like, how does this man have all this time? You know, it's like Wolverine. Wolverine is literally in everything.
He has 4 books? Four?
Yeah, he has his own 4 books, or around about 4 books, and then he's in every other book.
I mean, he gets around.
I mean, he's Canadian, so he could show up in Mighty Avengers.
Stop.
Sorry.
Stop. Garbage is that?
My bad.
All right, so keeping into the topic of Batman. Yeah, it came out a couple weeks ago that Fox Network is going to be doing a Gotham TV show. It's actually going to be surrounding Jim Gordon and not the Batman.
It's going to be Jim Gordon before the Batman even shows up. So, like, I'm guessing it's while he's away, or maybe when he's a kid. I don't know. Can you do a show with just Jim Gordon? Sorry, can you do a show with just Jim Gordon?
Yeah. You can do a cop show with Jim Gordon where, remember, Batman is not really a technical superhero. He's not a superhero, but he has villains that in the everyday world could actually be Zsasz.
Well, I feel like...
Zsasz would be one of the villains I could see in this show because he's a serial killer.
Well, I feel like with this show, no matter how good it is, it's going to be, well, that episode was really good, but you know what? It would have been so much better if it had Batman in it. I feel like that's going to be the mindset.
Is that how we feel with Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now?
Sort of.
It would be so much better if Captain America was here.
Yes. Yes. I don't know, but I mean, I'm only 3 episodes into S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, you are.
So the third one was okay. Was I supposed to know who that was?
From the Gravitonian particles? Yes, you were.
Who was that?
It's Graviton.
Oh.
The villain who controls gravity, who broke out of the raft.
You're right. I should have known that. I apologize. So now that makes it a little bit more legitimate.
Yeah.
My fault.
All goosebumps as soon as that all clicked in for me.
My fault. You mean clicked in? You mean when you Googled it?
Yes.
Come on, when you Google. Thank you. No.
I remember the character's name. Honestly, I remember the character's name like Gravitonium. Why does that keep popping in my head? Then I had to research what Anthony, the actual doctor's name, and then it's like Anthony Graviton. Woo! Yeah. Let's get some villains in here.
Okay. Well, I was gonna look it up, but then chose not to. So.
Good man. But with Gotham, I think if done right, it could be on the terms of NYPD Blue.
Yeah, but you're always gonna want Batman there, man. Like, I don't know, right?
You don't look at me about that.
It's like when I was watching Smallville.
I'm all for
Smallville was great, but at one point it was just like, this show would be so much better if he was just Superman. Like this, it would be.
You mean it's so much easier?
No, better. I don't know, but.
There you go. All right, well, keeping on to the topic of now TV shows, Marvel has come out with they're shopping
Shopping it around.
60-episode deal.
Hey, will you buy this deal?
A 60-episode deal
Fox.
that includes 4 dramas and a miniseries. You have here that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s already picked up, and a possible Agent Carter series is on the way.
I don't think that's possible. I think that's legitimate. I think that in Iron Man 3, they did an Agent Carter short, and I think that
short blew up.
I think it did so well that everybody was like, wow, we should do a TV show. But, like, you do an Agent Carter TV show, it's going to be based in World War II. And again, it's going to be like Gotham. It's like, oh, this show with Agent Carter really good, but it'd be so much better if Cap was here.
Well, and with Agent Carter, I feel that we already have a Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're following a secret agency, following secret agents around the world doing all this stuff. True, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s more or less working with weaponry. What could Agent Carter really do? Find agents of Hydra?
The only thing that I think that would make Agent Carter good is that it could be the creation of S.H.I.E.L.D. before it gets made.
Well,
that could be what the.
I mean, if you know your S.H.I.E.L.D. history, and if you've read some of She-Hulk, I mean, S.H.I.E.L.D. has been around since Tesla.
Well, I mean, is that the truth in the Marvel movie verse? Because
wait on, do the TV shows actually following along with the movie verse?
Yes. Did you not? Yes.
Okay.
What? Did you not get that?
I wasn't expecting it.
With extremists and all that, like it's
That's true.
pulling out from.
So So what?
It has Agent Coulson from the movie. Like, how did you not come to this conclusion? We need to stop the podcast right now, and we need to discuss how this did not click in your head. How you thought that this show was just about the comic books, not about the movieverse.
Well, at the same time, I didn't expect them to get more TV shows about this. How are you even gonna? You're gonna have. They have 4 dramas.
Yeah.
In Marvel Agents of Shields, we like it. A lot of people hate it.
Yep.
Or dislike it.
And don't get me wrong, I don't.
There
like,
are some things that we can.
I don't like it. I mean,
It's the nerdiness.
I don't
really
go.
the geekiness.
I don't go. Man, I gotta turn this off. It's almost like a game for me, where it's like, all right, Agents of Shield is on. Let's see if I can find the Easter eggs. Go. You know.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they're looking at 4. They have 4 options that they're wanting to give out there. 60 episodes in total. 4 dramas, and one's including the miniseries. I mean, do you feel that the Agent Carter could be the miniseries?
I think Agent Carter is included in that separately. If they do a miniseries is going to be something big. It's going to be something like...
Age of Ultron?
No, a miniseries would be like... The Mighty Avengers. I don't know. What's Luke Cage's...
Power Man?
Before he became an Avenger? He was in another group, right? Well, I know he's Power Man.
No.
But no, it could be... I think a miniseries would develop a character for the movie or
I
something.
think the miniseries are probably, if anything, would lead into these 4 dramas.
Right.
Just like how everything led up to the Avengers movie, the miniseries could split off into these different directions.
Right.
But it also comes down to the point of we have 4 dramas. What could we use from Marvel to make 4 shows that people would like?
They have to like all of them, right? They're shopping around like a group. Too big for your britches?
That I will agree. I will agree on that. That's huge.
Well, let's take a step back. Let's see how well S.H.I.E.L.D. actually does.
S.H.I.E.L.D. got picked up for the rest of the season.
Well, is it doing well, though? It probably is doing well. I don't know.
It was 2 episodes in, and it got picked up for the rest of the season.
Okay,
so
okay.
We're going to get a full 24.
Well, we'll see if anybody even decides to pick this up. Because, I mean, if ABC isn't picking it up.
That's true.
Like, if ABC's like, I don't know.
It could go to ABC Family. You know, they're like their dramas.
Well.
Secret Life of American Teenager could turn into Secret Life of an X-Men.
I'm going to let you think real quick of what book run of Marvel would be good for ABC Family.
ABC Family?
Yeah, or what is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that would have been the Secret Life. Come on.
Nothing really comes to mind at the moment.
Runaways.
Oh, that would be, dude, and they're all villains. They're all the.
I'm just saying, but I mean, it's got a.
Cool. Hopefully, better acting.
Yeah. Have you ever watched A Secret Life?
Dude,
Preach's
ex-girlfriend, man.
Preach's wife watched it, and I came over and she was watching an episode, and I was like, this is bad. Like, this is bad acting.
It's worse than Gilmore Girls.
Well, it's like, how do you get into this? Like, and everybody talks about how campy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is, dude. If they acted the way they acted on that show, I couldn't even watch it. I would turn it off. I don't know.
I would too.
But,
I would too. So, we're just going to have to wait and see who actually picks up these episodes. Do you think it's actually just one deal that they'll go like Fox? We have 4 dramas in a miniseries. We're going to give to you. Not split them off into different. Probably not split them off. They probably want to keep everything all.
Who knows? I mean, we don't know the infant structure, so I don't know. Maybe shooting them all over the place would be bad because then it's like ABC canceled this, NBC cancels this, Fox cancels this. You know. So we'll see. But
I mean, that's right. Fox did cancel Firefly.
Fox.
A friend of mine on Twitter actually posted, because I want to talk about it as well, that Beware the Batman has been canceled on Cartoon Network.
Of course it has.
But Teen Titans is still there. And the DC Nation, to replace Beware the Batman, it's just another encore episode of Teen Titans Go. So we have an hour-long Teen Titans Go as the DC Nation block on Saturday mornings.
Now, I know we talked a lot of trash about Teen Titans Go.
I will admit.
But I watched it.
I will admit, too, that there have been some episodes that have been really chuckly.
Well, they've been chuckly, but my 4-year-old watches it and really, really likes it. So it's like it's made for that audience. And
True.
One thing that I'm about is getting the younger audience into the comic book world. So that's what it sort of does. But that being said, Teen Titans Go, I would have no gripe with whatsoever if it hadn't have replaced
Young Justice.
Yes, like if it was just like we're adding Teen Titans Go after Young Justice, or we're moving Young Justice a half hour later and Teen Titans Go is going on before that. So
earlier, some guy needs like that when I came in.
oh we don't. Yeah, no problem.
That's right.
We all just want Young Justice back. That's all it is. We just want Young Justice.
For sure.
If Green Lantern the animated series at least came back, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I grew into that show.
I don't think it's going to come back, though.
I don't think so.
I think Young Justice got a better chance of coming back. So,
let's see. What else do we have? All right. So, speaking of Marvel, I like how you actually tied everything in.
that's how I rolled, yeah.
Yes.
I kept it by
You did
idea.
everything today, right?
No, shut up. No, I did it.
You made this whole format today.
I added like 3 things today. That was done like a week ago when I was like planning for this weekend. So don't judge me, man. I did move things around this morning though to make it all fit via verse.
I like it a lot.
So it's
So it has been rumored that Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Paul Rudd are the front runners for Ant-Man.
who are we gonna go with here?
Robin?
Yeah, for sure. And don't ever call him that again.
Come on, he was a good Robin.
No, I'm gonna slap you.
He's a good Damien too.
Look up by your real name, Robin. You should just use your real name. Your real name is so pretty, Robin. You just.
So you know Hank Pym.
Yes.
I know I'm the Marvel guy, but I mean you know Hank Pym. You know a little bit of his history.
Right. And to be honest with you, if you have brown hair, you can play Hank Pym. It's kind of a boring character if you think about it.
What?
I mean, by boring, I mean like, what do you have to know to play him? I'm not saying Hank Pym and Ant-Man himself is boring. I'm just saying that like.
He is the creator of the Pym. You have to know science. Probably not.
No, you don't have to know science. You read the script that says what to say about science.
I'm looking at the look of Hank Pym and the age of right now. I'm not sure if Paul's too funny. Paul's really too funny to be Hank Pym.
Well, I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt is involved in something with Marvel because he keeps being rumored. He's going to be the new. Oh my gosh, my mind just blanked. The Magician.
He is not Doctor Strange.
Thank you. I don't know why.
Wow,
I can't believe my mind blanked on that.
No, the dude from Grey's Anatomy who wrote the script, who came up with it.
Stop it.
I know I'm gonna get so many hate for this, but McDreamy is Doctor Strange.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know his actual name.
But
I know
regardless.
his Grey's Anatomy name.
Regardless, I don't think it matters who plays Ant-Man, to be honest with you. Unless it's like a fat blonde guy like me. I mean, other than that.
Sell yourself short. You could do a great Yellow Jacket.
You think?
No.
But wow, you brought me up and you took me down. Thanks, Trex.
You're welcome. But no, I absolutely love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He is a great actor. I think for me, I would have to see him do lines. I would have to see him act it out a little bit for me to actually to be won over that he would be Hank Pym. Because Hank Pym is not really a jokester. He is a guy who takes everything seriously. He takes everything to a scientific. He's like Reed Richards, but at least he has kind of like a personal side. He's a people person a little bit.
Exactly, and like I said, I also think anybody can play Reed Richards as well. I don't think that'd be a hard role to play. I mean, honestly, like I don't know. Am I just?
Thank God, Robert Downey Jr. sold you on Tony Stark.
Am I just being too cynical?
Yeah.
I mean, Tony Stark is a unique character to play. It'd be tough to play. It's the same thing with Cyclops. Cyclops isn't a hard character to play either. You just got to be a straight and to the point kind of guy, you know, like
Cry.
Yeah, and cry a lot. Yes. What does that say for early Marvel? But you know, all these characters just spot out. But I don't know, man. I just don't like Bruce Banner too. I mean, they changed the actors of him, and no one even barely noticed.
Okay, hold on here. I am going. The only thing I will defend Ang Lee's Hulk is Eric Bana. Eric Bana to me played a great Bruce Banner.
Okay.
But Edward Norton, sure enough, did take it up a notch. So and now, oh my God, who's the new Bruce Banner? I cannot even remember his name now.
Me either.
Mark Ruffalo.
There we go.
Mark Ruffalo took both Banner characters that the actors did and combine it with his own. And Mark really pulled me out of the dark. He did a fantastic Bruce Banner.
Right. So far we've had 3 different Bruce Banners, and no one's even noticed. Like, that's my point. But we digress.
Paul Rudd literally is a really, really funny guy, especially him coming into Anchorman 2.
Yes, but I do think that Joseph would be better.
I think so too, just because Joseph.
Call him Joe. Are we on that level? Can we call him Joe?
No, we're gonna call him Joseph.
Okay. I didn't know if
one day I can call him Joe.
Yeah, right.
You'll have to build up to that. I'm on a first name basis.
Listen, dude.
Well, you don't know.
I do it for the applause. I do it.
You did throw that in there.
Nah, it's gotta go in. It's all I've been singing all day. It's getting mad at me. I do the applause. Okay, go ahead.
So Joseph has definitely proven that he can do that serious role, and he's already did a superhero movie. So why not?
Right. I mean, he's definitely gonna be.
He's doing something.
He's going to be somebody somewhere in the next 5 years.
I mean, at the same time, let's also remember, Vin Diesel was all going like, I just had a secret meeting with Marvel. Like, holy crap, what's he going to do? Oh, he's voicing the tree.
You know, there's stuff going out that was just like a twist, that he's really going to be Thanos.
You know how I don't even know if I can be upset just for the point of
Because somebody wrote an article where they, and I need a name
so I can.
I'm sorry, I can't. Maybe we can look it up, but where they've met the voice actor who does Groot, and it's not him.
Stop.
So I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't. You know, I'm gonna go on Photoshop now and take a picture of him from Fast 5 and just paint him and put the costume on. So
I mean, how much is he gonna be CGI though? So.
Honestly, Thanos. What was it really a size difference with Thanos to the other ones? I mean, wasn't he just like actually their height?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But see, isn't Vin Diesel short though? I think he's short.
I haven't heard.
I don't know. Hugh Jackman is like tall.
He is taller.
And they've made him. They filmed him. They always cut the camera to make him seem short. But
okay.
He's gonna be in. Thanos is in it. You know that. He's the villain of the movie.
If the fact that Marvel has kept that Vin Diesel is possibly Thanos this time, that's him. That's all him. His rumors.
I'm telling you.
If Marvel's keeping Vin Diesel as Thanos a secret, and it's like this big of a secret this long, then touche to Marvel. They actually learn to keep their mouth shut sometimes.
I'm telling you. All right.
Because that would be a big twist.
You ready? $10.
I'm not betting it.
$10. Come on.
No.
$5. $1.
$1. With interest.
Wow. You can't add interest to a bet. What?
This is why I never gambled at Vegas.
Clearly. Wait, but you did gamble at Vegas.
I lost money too. Why
do you say things that aren't true?
I lost big on your Star Wars game too.
I would play it. They'd get my money for sure.
First thing I won. I put $10 in. I got up to I put 20 in.
You got.
I was losing money, then I got back up to 20. I was like, I really should have probably taken the money back.
Just gone?
And gone, but
no.
I kept going, and Ewoks killed me.
Wow.
So, more Marvel news. Kevin Feige? Feige?
Feige.
Is it Feige?
Kevin Feige, yes.
Okay. Kevin Feige has confirmed that Black Panther is getting in development.
Well, let me clarify.
Go ahead and clarify.
Well, he was doing like an interview with some it was like an urban, radio station.
Urban.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't want to sound racist.
Yeah.
And
I
know he talked about Black Panther, and he brought up somebody else, but Black Panther was a big topic because he said
Luke Cage.
No.
There's only a certain small number of black superheroes.
No, it was something. It was I remember being so ridiculous, thinking that it was never going to happen. I can't remember what it was, so that's why I didn't even write it in there. But he did say that the Black Panther is in development.
But he didn't actually go.
So he didn't say when. So
well, he didn't say what type of development. In development for me could be they could already work on the script.
Yeah, but they're planning on making it, is what he said. Good. So if I had to guess, it'd be a Phase 3 movie. Because he was like, clearly we've already introduced Vibranium, so we've got to introduce Wakanda and Black Panther at some point. So,
all of a sudden, I'm really excited just to see that.
well, think about it, man. You got Agent Carter. Like, cause you know the Black Panther himself is different guys. He's a leader of Wakanda, so you could do like the son.
The movieverse can write their own stuff where Agent Carter could find.
Well, no, the Agent Carter could be dealing with his father.
Yeah.
They could roll that. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they even explicitly said where they found the vibranium.
Right.
In Africa. So, all I know is, I know I'm going on topic again, but for me, I just want Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. to show Hydra. I want Hydra.
Well, we don't even know if Hydra still is there. I mean, they've mentioned
What?
Hydra.
No. Hydra is always there.
Well, what are they going to do with the Winter Soldier? Is he going to be like a Hydra weapon? Yeah.
No, he's Russian.
Are we sure, though? Like, he's Russian in the comic books. But, I mean...
That's true. I mean, he could be... he could be a Hydra weapon.
What I think is going to happen is it's going to end up that he's actually, like, a football star, and they hired him to dress up like Captain America's, and when you see him, he's like, ole, 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 ole.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I just hope there's no ridiculous Iron Man 3 twist in the Captain America movie, because that would ruin it.
That was a big ruin. That was. So, and speaking of Captain America, the Winter Soldier trailer.
Oh, it's so good.
First, before we actually go into that, did you hear or see their little, like, 6-second teaser trailer of the trailer?
It's like, why did you do that? What was...
They're doing it for X-Men as well.
Yeah.
It's 16 seconds, though. A 16-second teaser trailer of the trailer for the movie.
It doesn't make any
There's
sense.
some, like, Marvel Inception going on.
Watch the trailer of the movie.
And,
What's next? Trailers of trailers?
Yeah, really. So
Trailers of trailers of trailers of trailers of trailers of trailers? Oh, sorry. I'm done.
It's a trailer-G. Nice.
Yes. But I told you, there's only one gripe I have with the trailer.
With the Winter Soldier trailer. What's that?
It's a costume.
That
Now, don't get me wrong. It looks good.
Okay.
But it's not. It's too soon. B, it's like it's not his cap. It's not a Captain America costume. It's
It was the
Steve Rogers of S.H.I.E.L.D. costume.
Yeah.
There was somebody else that was Captain America, which coincidentally was the Winter Soldier at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Bucky took over.
So
There was a third Captain America, wasn't there?
Yes, but I can't tell you who it was. It was like a clone or a guy they made think was him.
Yeah.
It was the guy they made. It was like from the end of World War II to when he came back. There was a guy that they made think the whole time that he was him, and then they found out he wasn't. He went crazy. I don't know. I don't know. something like that. Something crazy. But I mean, the trailer itself looks really good. You don't really know who like the group is. Like, there's got to be like a group that they're fighting. It's not just the Winter Soldier. You know, it's like who's the Winter Soldier work for is the question.
I will give props to for this movie that the Winter Soldier looks fantastic.
It looks great.
He even has the mask and everything.
I'm trying not to ruin it for people, man, but it's like that Winter Soldier reveal is going to be in that movie. It's like, I already know what the Winter Soldier reveal is. You know what it is. But it's like,
Honestly,
it's going to be nice to experience it, because I tell people, or I tell my friends, they don't care. But I mean, for people that have just seen Cap and they go to watch that, they're like, whoa, you know, it's because, you know, he's got his face covered.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, the Winter Soldier is some...
No.
Oh. No.
Nah,
No. But I mean, anybody watching this probably knows, right? Or listening to this knows.
Better.
So, I mean, you can.
They say when the movie's coming out?
Yeah, it's summer, I think.
Next summer?
It's either next summer or next winter, because I think it's Thor in like 2 weeks, Cap next summer, and then Guardians next winter.
Okay.
And then Avengers 2 the summer after.
All right.
The big summer of movies, if you will, the 2015 summer. We'll have to go off air for 3 months because all we'll be doing is watching movies.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of news coming over here from the OsCorps Tumblr.
That's right.
OsCorps Tumblr, which, by the way, if OsCorp has so much money, I don't think they'll be using Tumblr.
I know.
That just is a little fishy to me. 'Cause I've been on Tumblr, and Tumblr is not for anybody.
Right.
So we're not going to go into full detail about what the article says, but we'll highlight some stuff where it's pretty much like their report, corporate report on where they are standing after the incident that happened in the Amazing Spider-Man movie, where OsCorp was attacked by the lizard. So, despite the assault on OsCorp Tower 2 weeks ago, the revelation that disgruntled OsCorp employee Dr. Kirk Connors was responsible for the attack, OsCorp stock has climbed 4 points. Positivity right
Yes. That's cool, man. The building just got wrecked. No worries. It's just the half the city got turned into lizards because of it. No worries though.
Yeah, exactly. But we're gonna Stevie B highlights some good stuff that we're gonna talk about in this article. The construction of the prototype alternate energy power plant.
I wonder who's going to use that. But see, it also says hydro power plant in there too, so that could mean. I think that's
complete with hydroelectric power is on schedule for completion within the next year. So
we could take that as meaning electro, or we could take that as meaning hydro. I don't know.
Maybe electro
and hydro.
Wouldn't it be cool if we already know electro's in there?
Or hydro was just like, what's up, dog?
Yeah, Hydro Man just suddenly pops up out of nowhere from this little thing. That would be a nice little Easter egg they would put.
Wishful thinking, but yes.
Another thing you have highlighted here, other highlights included a preview of a flight harness for the military.
Who would use a flight harness?
And significant advancements in robotics by the head of engineering division, Spencer Smythe.
What?
All I saw was Smythe and grin.
So, are we going to have Smythe in the? I mean, clearly this is something, right? Because, I mean, we know that they've gone as far as, like, the 4th, like, done the story treatments up to the 4th.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are we going to see Spider Slayers and... Whew.
Well, no, stop. Let's at least wait to see Electro first before you start giving me visions of Spider Slayers in this next Spider-Man movie.
Well, it won't be the next Spider-Man movie, probably.
I tell you now, it would be great if just show me the design. Just show me a design.
I think that this is like what they're doing here is like a preview for everything they're starting to plan in the future. Because there's a lot more stuff, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
You want to keep going?
I'll keep going. So, another update on the Tumblr page included an article from the Daily Bugle writer, Ned Leeds.
Who's Ned Leeds? I don't know.
I had to ask him. I couldn't remember.
Oh, he's only the original Hobgoblin.
The guy in the orange. And I'll continue on. And there's here something about Kirk Connors pleaded not guilty to all counts. Wow. How he not played not guilty?
He says it. Essentially, what that article says is the company was pushing him, and they were gonna do live tests on people. So he was like, I can't let them do that. So I'm gonna do live tests on me. And so it's the company's fault of why.
Okay. Not guilty. I'll defend the lizard.
Well, think about it, man. He think about this. He gets out, right?
Yeah.
He gets off, starts teaching at the college.
Stop. Stop it. It is expected his defense attorney and Wayne will claim Connors was not responsible for the actions.
This one I honestly didn't know. I was shed a light on this for myself, but it's actually Eddie Brock's girlfriend. And at some point, she becomes She-Venom for a little while. I don't know, but She-Venom aside, we probably won't ever see that. But Eddie Brock's girlfriend, that means a lot.
It does mean a lot. So you can go ahead and head over to tumblr.com and search OsCorp, and you can find their Tumblr page, apparently.
Yeah, it's a Tumblr page.
I'll
tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you.
Stop it.
Oh, sorry.
Stop it.
My bad.
No. So that's a little bit that we have for comic stuff. We want to give a little final thoughts because we want to give a little final thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 5. We completed the story.
Done with the story.
We tried to do opposite of one another, but somehow we both had the same mindset that we just...
Well, there's either like do things recklessly or do things carefully, and I'm like, man, I want to do things carefully.
I did the last one recklessly, and it was amazing.
Was it? I gotta go back and do that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the last heist with the FIB building. You did the parachute, right? Or you did the drill?
I did the drill.
Oh crap! I did the drill.
What?
Shoot! I knew I should have did the parachute.
Yes, you should have done the parachute.
But we spoke a little bit about the ending, how someone ruined it for us.
And it drove me crazy because he didn't really ruin it. Like, I don't know, what should I, like, there's something at the end. I mean, it's not bad to say choices, right? You have choices at the end of the game.
Yep.
And there's clearly one correct choice. Clearly. And what the, like, am I wrong? Like, if you were talking to me and you read it, you would have been like, okay, this is the clear choice.
It was a clear choice. It was.
So, and it's like he chose one of the ridiculous ones. And it's like, wow. After playing what he spoiled, I thought even less of him because I was like, what are you... Why would you even decide to do that? That doesn't make any sense. So, whatever.
So, yeah, I mean, as I was playing it, that little spoiler came up, and then I saw my choices, and I even texted you. It's like, what did you do? They were like, there's only one clear choice.
Yeah, so I told
them.
I said, why would you even think about doing the other? The only reason why I would go back and do the other ones is because I would want to see what would happen. I would save right there and go back and try it again.
Yeah, same here. Same here. So game of the year?
For sure. For sure.
So why do you think it was game of the year, or it should be?
There's just a lot of, well, it's the first time you've introduced like crazy multiplayer, even though multiplayer is almost unplayable, not because it's bad, but all anybody ever does is just run around and kill each other. Like, that's it. You can't do a mission, someone capping you, and then when you get capped, when you respawn, you're not thinking, I gotta finish the mission. You're thinking, I'm gonna go get that guy. So, I don't know. But the multiplayer is really fun, except for when you're playing for the first 2 weeks. Then it wasn't very fun, but regardless. It's the first time they tried something, and it was like, we're going to try this, and we're not going to do a little bit first in each game. We're just going to try to go all out the first time. And it worked, but it didn't work very well to begin with. But now it's fine. If you go on there now, it's no problems. But I guess it's the narrative written in. It's the 3 different characters. The storytelling, I've never once cared about the story playing GTA, honestly. Like when playing Vice City, I wanted to get the mansion.
I was there listening to music.
And once I got the mansion, that was it. Like, I was like, okay, I was like, what else do I want after this? This is it. I don't want anything else. Even though I'm pretty sure that there's only a few missions left, I just didn't care. You know, this you wanted to see through. This you want to play to the end. And each character had its own unique stories, and they intertwined. It was just really good. And then you got a taste of like all the characters they've made. Everyone has a favorite. Who's your favorite? I think we both have the same favorite.
Trevor.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, and his character is something you never played before too, because it's always been his type of character is one you've always met, one you never actually played as. So actually getting to play as someone that crazy was fun. It was good. And then all the side stuff you can do. In other GTA games, most of the side stuff has been boring. Like, you don't want to do it. Like, if the game forces you to do it once, and you're like, eh. Like, the tennis stuff, I could sit there and play it over and over again.
Same here.
Yeah, so
I thoroughly enjoy playing tennis.
Their side stuff was great. There's just so many different things, man. You mixed all the things into one game and made it great. So that's what I enjoy.
Good. For me, it was definitely just the. I mean, it was the 3 characters. It really was. I mean, of course, my favorite was Trevor, due to the fact that with all 3 of these characters, it was, you had your angel, which was technically Franklin, in my opinion. You had your devil, who was Trevor, and you had the guy in the middle that was Michael.
Right.
All 3 different conscience types.
Well, see, Michael was great, man, because you could relate if you have a family, and like Trevor, you could relate if you're crazy.
Or you could, frankly, if you're black.
Well, no, you don't have to be. See,
or at least in the hood.
Well, see, Franklin, you just had to be like a regular guy, because Franklin was never like, I don't know, I hate to use this term, but
Thug.
Too thuggy or too hoodie. You never saw him as that. You saw people hanging out with that way, but not him. He just seemed like...
Yeah, Lamar just dropping...
Stop it.
Just dropping stuff.
So I think all that stuff mixed together made it great.
So, what's going on?
What's up, brother? Way to interrupt the show. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, really.
Whoa! Nobody cares?
I mean, my favorite definitely was Trevor, just because whenever I was playing Trevor, I would just go out, just do anything I wanted. With Michael, I would be a little bit more conscious about it than with Franklin. It was, I definitely made a little more conscious choices there as well.
Did you play after you beat it?
No, I turned the game off to go do some other work.
There's a mission that starts after you beat the game with Trevor. And it's incredible.
Really?
There's your new Strangers and Streaks. Or Strangers and Freaks. Excuse me. And it's really good. I don't want to.
That's right. It was the mission at his house. I saw that question mark.
I don't want to ruin it for you, but there's one person in the world who Trevor wouldn't find himself superior to, and you could probably guess who that might be.
I'm in the podcast. I gotta go home.
So
I need to go handle some business. So game of the year.
Yep.
Hands down. Rockstar definitely pulled all the stops on this one.
Yep. No one cares about Battlefield, right?
No, Battlefield. Even Call of Duty goes.
Yeah.
No one like
Battlefield.
We have our buddy Cody.
Listen, The Little Mermaid's more important than Battlefield, okay?
I wouldn't go that way.
Which one of these? If I mess that up, will I mess up your show?
Good.
So if you haven't picked up Grand Theft Auto, or if you're of age to play Grand
No
Theft
doubt.
Auto,
Don't even get me started. You're about to get me started. Don't get me started.
All right.
Thank you.
So it's from across the pond. BBC has announced that they have found 9 lost episodes of Doctor Who.
Yeah, and I went to you about it. I said, "What's up with this?" And you were like, "Oh God!" And you freaked out. And then you're like,
I freaked out. I was like, "Great, can't wait to see these." Then I had to go into my collection of Doctor Who because I felt that those names sounded familiar, and I have those.
So how are they?
I don't know.
Like, is it just like a marketing ploy?
I don't think so. I really don't, because it wasn't BBC who announced these lost episodes. It was a
Well,
third
how are they
party.
lost if you can get them on the internet?
I didn't get mine off the internet, Steven.
You're right. I'm sorry, but you could get those episodes off the internet, right? I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying you could, right?
There is a possibility they might be there.
So
He's buying something Star Wars. You okay?
I know. Yeah, I saw it. We could take it out of his. No, okay. I know. Just kidding.
But these are the 9 lost episodes. It's going to be lost for people who haven't seen them, I guess.
I guess.
And probably for the original people when it first came out. This is these lost episodes are from actually the second Doctor. So 9 episodes from the second Doctor. And how they did it back in the day was they have 9 episodes, but 5 episodes are one story, and 4 are another. So that's how it goes. It's kind of, think of it like a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
That's exactly how I would think of it.
I mean,
Good call.
I mean, nowadays they can fit an entire story.
I'm sorry, dude.
What?
I'm sorry.
I'm happy I can count.
No,
I am very proud of my counting.
It's like, look at this sliced bread. Just think of it as wheat.
But speaking of Doctor Who, they announced
sweet.
the Day of the Doctor on
Yes!
the 23rd, the 50th anniversary episode.
I'm so
It's
excited.
going to be simulcast on that Saturday in 11 cities in America.
Who brought that information to you? Oh, that's right.
The people on the internet.
Yes, but who brought you to the attention of the people on the internet?
My Skype channel.
No! I broke that news to you.
Oh. Wait, no, you didn't.
Yes, you did. I said you. Yeah,
You
but.
probably told me about like the simulcast thing. But I've known about the 50th anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
have known, son.
I'm talking about the simulcast.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. You take
Thank
credit.
you. Credit where credit is due.
But they've released more information. That's going to be the closest city for us is Atlanta.
Go. You going?
I'm not going to Atlanta.
Come on,
to go
dude.
see a simulcast on Saturday. Instead, I'm going to go to one of the other 300 theaters across America on the Monday to go see it with my friends.
Oh, I thought you were going to say BitTorrent. I'm just kidding.
I have BBC America. I'm going to watch it at home.
Okay.
Saturday, watch it at home. Monday night, go to a 3D showing of it.
Nah, dude. Go watch Doctor Who, man. Yo, I'm all for you.
You're coming, you know this.
I'm not. Yeah. I'll be there.
The 50th anniversary is, of course, on November 23rd. Flying over at BBC America. If you're able to go to one of the 11 major cities, you can go to go to ncmevents.com and find the 50th anniversary there. And you'll find all the major 11 cities like Atlanta, New York, LA, Houston, Chicago. Just a whole slew of places are going to be doing it on that Saturday. But then that following Monday, they're going to do a rebroadcast in 3D.
Sweet.
So I'll be at home on Saturday, but then on Monday I'll be out and about. That's where I'll be. So, next up, this is something for you. This is your Star Wars thing.
Oh, yeah. I was just really excited, man, because in Disneyland, not Disney World.
Wait, which one?
The one in California?
That's Disney World.
No, Disney World is in Orlando. Disneyland is in California.
Okay.
Yeah. They're revamping their Tomorrowland and pretty much just like making it all Star Wars.
So are they saying that tomorrow is going to be Star Wars?
Yes.
So our lives are leading up to a Star Wars world.
Yes.
You're not going to be a Jedi.
Yes, I am. You can be a fat Jedi. There's nothing in the books that says you can't be a fat Jedi. There's nothing that says that.
Yeah, but your Force is definitely not light or dark.
You don't really feel that way.
Yeah, I do.
No, you must be like Watto. No, they're putting a replica full scale Millennium Falcon in the middle of the park. So when you walk in, boom, that's what you see, and it's going to be walk-throughable. They're going to walk.
Just let me know now. Do I need to save up money to get a plane ticket and the tickets to go to this place?
Well, we can knock them all out during San Diego Comic-Con. We can take 2 weeks off. We can go to San Diego. We can go to this. Spend a few thousand. No. So I have to wait. They're also adding a restaurant. That's a cantina. This looks like the cantina from the first Star Wars. Even you are excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they're
I'm
adding.
excited for it. I am.
And they're adding a ride, which is like a speeder bike through Endor race, or speeder bike through the moon of Endor race.
Now, Now, is it going to be like that NASCAR thing over at Carowinds, where you're going to be like in your own little chair doing it, or?
They haven't really released the details on it, so I'm not sure. They just said it's going to be.
It's like a roller coaster, or?
I don't think it's a roller coaster. I think it's going to be legitimate, like speeder biking. Like you're going to feel like you're on a speeder.
Okay.
I think it's individual.
That'll work.
So.
I like it. We can just be both just standing there, like sitting next to the. Whoa! Oh God! I'm going to hit you.
I remember there was I went to Disney World with my ROTC group when I was a freshman in high school. It was like 10 years ago. I think episode 2 hadn't come out yet. Episode 1 had been out for a while. I think it was already on DVD. But, and VHS. That's how old it was. It came out on VHS and DVD together. But they had an arcade in Tomorrowland, and they had episode 1 Racer. And you're like, oh, cool. It's like it's not the N64 game. No. They had pods that you actually sat in, Suburban Anakin, and you actually drove it. You know, you pulled your arms back and forth, like to turn left, turn right.
Nice.
Yeah, and we sat there and did that for a couple hours.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I will get back in line.
Oh, well, no, it was like an arcade game. So you just put quarters in and played it.
Done.
Yes. So.
Absolutely done.
But yeah, my feelings on that is if they're doing that to the California, there's not a chance it's not happening to the one in Orlando. So, might as well just wait for it to happen in Orlando. Because I got a feeling that they're not going to do that to Tomorrowland in Orlando. They're actually going to build an entire theme park.
Yeah.
As part of their theme park group.
Well, thanks. I think it was Castastic, who sent us the news article about the was it from episode 1 in the desert? The actual the film site that they used, the film set.
Yeah, I have to look into that because there are articles where there's a group that goes there.
Yeah, it's an actual tour.
There's a group that goes there and fixes it.
Well, at the same well, apparently the news article that Cass sent us, the desert, of course, it's a desert, wind, sand's blowing up, the sand's actually covering it.
Yeah, they go there and they clear it all out and bring it back up and restore it.
Well, they're not going to be able to do it this time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you feel that maybe Lucas and Disney need to come together on this and grab that film set stuff and move it over to
How badly damaged is it, though? It might just be worth to recreate it. Like, it's a story.
Would you be okay with a recreation, or
Yes.
would you actually want you want to feel the sand in your hands that was Tatooine?
Yeah, but the only way that's going to happen is if I go there. And I'm not,
They can cake the sand.
Yeah.
It's not like the sand needs to be watered.
I don't know.
Make it an indoor thing. They can put all the sand indoor in odds and stuff. It's great.
Well, there was a guy that was selling. He did a documentary called "The Force Within Us,"
I did see that.
and I bought it, but I bought it too late. I pre-ordered it, but I pre-ordered too late. The early pre-orders, because one of the filming sites he went to was the forest where they filmed Return of the Jedi, and he filled vials of dirt from the filming site and was giving them. And I was just like, man, I was this close. I was like a week late. I was so mad. The documentary was amazing though, but
You could have had
I could.
Tatooine sand.
I know. No, indoors, not
Indoor.
Moon of Endor dirt. I always have to correct myself because it's not Endor. It's the Moon of Endor. One of them.
I wouldn't chat that you. It's okay.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
When it comes to Star Wars, do it your own.
Thank you, sir.
It's like, oh, there's a new Jedi. It's vodka. It's like, oh, great. Can't wait to drink that Jedi. And another little interesting bit on movies. Michael Bay was attacked in China, in Hong Kong.
Finally, somebody does something about this.
Okay, so I want to make sure I phrase this correctly because Paramount and Michael Bay really got heated about it, and that's a great Star Trek.
Yes.
That Michael Bay was actually on the set when a movie set's definitely inside of town, especially like Hong Kong. It's a lot of stores are going to need to be closed while they're doing the filming and everything. And of course, it's notable that the film company chunks out the money. It's like, all right, well, you make this amount of money in a day. You're going to be closed 3 days. Boom, here's a check for those 3 days. I'm covering your business.
It's a few days off.
It's a few days off.
Yeah, but that being said, how much more money does your business make when people know they're filming Transformers right there?
Well, business can't be open.
Sure.
Can't
Good.
be open. They're filming.
Okay, you're right.
So
I think that they should give more than just your average amount for that day. I think they should give you more.
I'm sure they probably did.
Yeah. Well, regardless, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
But two gentlemen apparently hassled some of the extras or something, and hassled security, and hassled Michael Bay about wanting more money.
Yeah.
They wanted more.
How are you gonna hassle the extras? They're like, dude, I just work here. Like,
Yeah, they don't even work.
They
They're
cut
just-
me the checks just like they cut you the checks.
So, and apparently one of them was holding an air conditioner unit or something, and it like flew out of their hands. And I mean, Michael Bay, I think got like a couple of punches in, or got hit a couple of times.
You got hit by the AC.
Yeah, but I mean, he's fine. Everybody's fine.
So now,
Two gentlemen are apprehended there in Hong Kong jail.
so now that we know everybody's fine, it's hilarious.
It is hilarious because those two might have been doing it for the greedy reasons. All of us who are Transformers fans, we understand it's like no. They beat Michael Bay up because they know how bad this movie's going to be.
I applaud them. I do the applause. I do. Oh.
But again, I'm really happy Michael Bay and everybody is fine. Those two people are definitely going to be prosecuted to the full extent of Hong Kong law. So, even if I don't like the aspect of what I'm seeing from the movie or what I'm hearing from the movie, I mean, I don't want people to get hurt about it. That's a horrible thing to be done.
Right.
But what was the thing that made me actually hate the movie even more?
The toy that came out,
That's right.
the Optimus Circle. Yeah, like a circle chest.
So, yeah, I think we talked about it the last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Optimus Prime.
Once I saw that toy, I was like, all right. Any hope I had for this was done.
That's all it takes. And you're welcome.
Thanks.
I count.
You the man.
Yeah. Bear of that news. All right. So we want to end this off a little bit talking once again about comics, and I want to bring up some. I want to bring up the current events that are going on in comics right now. Let's start with Marvel.
Oh,
Marvel
yeah.
right now is going on with Infinity.
I can't.
And you have been reading Infinity.
I stopped.
Why'd you stop?
It's just, I mean, you have to read every single Marvel book to know what's going on in Infinity right now.
Every tie-in.
And then, I'm not a big fan of sci-fi Marvel, dude. I'm not. I guess I take that back. I'm a fan of sci-fi, like the whole like
You're not
different
a fan
races.
Of the cosmic.
Well, yes, cosmic. There you go.
You're not a
There's
fan of the
so
cosmic.
many things and so many different races who have no idea what they are, and they're all having a fight. And it's just like, dude, I don't care about any of this. Like, and you just get bored with it. And I just stopped. Like, the stuff on Earth was pretty good, with who was left on Earth. But other than that, dude, and you don't know what's going on. You have to read all the 20 Avengers titles, and it says to get the next part, read this and this, and it's just ugh.
So the book is at least giving you what book.
It does.
you
It does
need
tell
next.
you what to get. It tells you which one to buy next. What 3 to buy next week. What 4 to buy the week after that. What 5 to buy after that.
Oh,
It just.
that was the one thing I definitely loved about AVX.
Well, yeah, you
What?
just had to get AVX.
Yeah, you didn't have to get tie-ins. I mean, the battles that were going on in those other tie-ins, those battles, after reading them, were really good, but it does not affect the story.
No,
It doesn't affect the main story.
No.
I was told that with Nova, because Nova's part of the Infinity line as well,
Yeah.
that you could read, that Nova was fine. It wasn't really a must-read, but
But if you
was,
like Nova, it's good. You
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah.
If not, if you don't have the money to read it, it doesn't affect you. But
Yeah.
whatever.
And we have the Rise of the Octopus or something. What's it called?
I don't know what's going on with that yet. It's just a 3-parter, so we'll see what's that about. Essentially, somehow, the Doc Ock from the past. Come on.
It started off with the all-new X-Men special.
Yeah, the Doc Ock from the past somehow, I think, came with the all-new X-Men from the past. I don't know how that's going to work. That's what it seems like. It seems like he...
That was a wicked trip, though.
Yeah, it's almost like he... Because it's like definitely him, and then Spider-Man shows up, and he's like,
And
I'm
it's
me,
a
you're not me.
superior Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not me, you're me. What's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, Superior Spider-Man's all freaking out. It's like, I need to go ahead and go into surgery. Iceman, be the cooling chamber.
Yeah. You ready? You ready for this?
What am I ready for?
Somehow, all new X-Men can stay. Somehow. Like, somehow something happens where they can stay, so that means Doc Ock can stay. So that means Doc Ock puts his brain in his young body. And then Peter comes back as Spider-Man.
That's your mind-blowing expectation from the
Yep.
end of this?
Yep.
I see everything right about that, too.
Thank you. I think it's...
I see everything right about
I could be completely wrong, but who am I, you know?
Yeah,
just-
you're just some guy.
I'm just Stevie B. That's all I can be.
Any other events going on in Marvel right now besides Infinity?
Not that I know of. I mean, they're about to start that.
Or with Bama? Well, how's
they're about to
Bama
start-
the Album going?
Oh, yeah. No, that's really good. That stuff is really good. X-Men, the whole future X-Men. Wait, they're not really X-Men. They're like the future Brotherhood. Here's the real future X-Men. They're here to get the past X-Men back to the present. But
But the past
but-
X-Men are
but-
still in the present.
but the past X-Men that stayed in the future are here, and they're like, send it back. What?
So carry the 1.
Yeah, and
then
that's.
minus B
But I can seem to follow it.
equals X.
Wow. That's it, folks. No, Battle of them is really good. I like it.
What's that? Good. Good. Batman Am is definitely. I'm
You-
waiting for it to finish up so I can read all of it at once.
You have to be okay with time travel. If you're not okay with time travel, you will not like it.
No, you will not.
But I like time travel, so I like Battle of the Atom.
I do too. So let's go into the DC front. The events going on
Cool.
there. We have Forever Evil.
Very good.
That Forever Evil started off right there at Villains Month.
Right.
Started off with Villains Month, and now that Villains Month is over with, we now have the official Forever Evil titles coming in, even the tie-ins. We're still early with Forever Evil. How do you feel about the tie-ins?
Some of them I'm not even picking up because I don't. But see, Forever Evil, you don't have to buy the tie-ins.
You do not.
No. There's some I'm getting. There's some I picked up that I was weary about. Like
Did you pick up Justice League Dark too?
I did not get Justice League Dark.
I did.
Was it good?
I know about Justice League Dark. And at the same time, I didn't read Trinity. I didn't read Trinity of Sin. So I saw everything about it.
Love you. I knew it.
We love you.
I knew it.
So, what with Justice League Dark, I came into it, and I knew about John Constantine, and I'm not really sure what exactly happened at the end of Trinity, where all the superheroes went, but John's still there. He got saved by the house. Apparently, he's alive.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Which was trippy.
Well, if you got the Justice League tie-in, or the Justice League of America tie-in.
Yeah, that's one that you picked up that you showed me a picture of, and I flipped out.
No, that was there's Justice League of America and Justice League. I showed you the Justice League tie-in. If you got the Justice League of America tie-in, you find out what has happened to the heroes. Are they dead?
That's right.
Are they dead or alive? If they're alive, where are they? You find that out in Justice League of America. It's either 23 or 24. Justice League was that one. It's Justice League is pretty much the origin of Ultraman, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
And there's a reveal about Superwoman.
Yeah, big reveal.
And I was just like, whoa, that's new. So that was...
Tony's pregnant.
Wow, no.
I mean, she is Superwoman.
No, she's Supergirl. Stop it. Anyway.
Tell her that.
And, like, Black Adam showed up, so that was cool. And it does
My favorite.
It does seem like Black Adam's like, you guys do what you want, but you ain't touching mine.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they started to touch his stuff, and he's like, all right, I'm handling business. So, I think he's going to show up in Forever Evil 3. So, they're all... and after reading Arkham War issue 1, I will never talk trash about Professor Pig ever again. Because he was... I have to hand it to him. It was good.
He gave that guy a leg up.
Yeah.
I will have to say, Professor Pig was...
It's creepy. I read that and was creeped out. Like, I was like, oh my god.
Now, at the same time, I knew about Professor Pig from Beware the Batman. I knew the name from there. It's like, I found like, oh, he's a Batman villain in the comics. Like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Then all of a sudden we saw that. I was like, I don't want to meet this guy anymore. This is way wrong. Way wrong. So, yeah, Professor Pig is just creepy, but Bane.
Oh, I know.
Dude, Bane is going to be so great.
That's too cool not to belong.
Someone's actually...
Especially since I just bought a new house.
So I can't focus right
I
now.
can't focus.
I just spent like $300
Someone's buying like
Sorry.
Captain America.
This is going to be
It's tough to focus on the show because he's buying the. It's like it's the size of an actual head. Okay, sorry. Let's focus. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Professor Big.
Yeah. So, and it was Arkham Wars, which is a 6-issue tie-in.
Right.
That's a tie-in that people need. If you're like the Justice League of America, number 23, Justice League 24, Justice League Dark, number 24, those for me are tie-ins that are meh.
Yeah.
The Arkham Wars, the Rogues Rebellion that I also picked up was flipping amazing. I'm not a Flash fan, but I do recognize the Rogues as this great team. And they're not even supervillains.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet.
The one thing I like about the Rogues, they're not looking to control the world.
Yeah.
They're out there looking for, as they say in the comic, the big score. They are criminals. They are crooks. They're thieves.
GTA 5?
I would love to see GTA 5 with the Rogues. Just let me have that. And I have to read the Flash now because I don't know how they got superpowers.
I don't.
That flipped me out when I saw Captain Cold freeze something with his hands. I'm like, where's his gun? What happened to Heatwave? He looks so... Ugh.
I don't know.
But, so, Arkham War, Rogues Rebellion. Does Argus come out this week? Last week?
I don't think so. No. Not much came out last week.
Because Argus is the next tie-in. It's a little 6-issue mini.
No, I don't think it came out.
So those are the 3 tie-ins that I think people should actually get. Because those short little mini-series there, those are going to be great. Arkham War,
in the last few years.
Arkham War, just Bane flipping out like he did.
Yeah.
It just ruins what Dark Knight Rises did with Bane. Just ruins it.
You gonna walk away? I agree, 100%.
when you see Bane in Arkham Horror, you see the real Bane that we all know from the Batman comics.
Like I said,
What happened with him in the old Batman movie? In Dark Knight Rises?
I paid outright.
So like, can we not do this guy well?
Literally.
Is he impossible? Is he too
I
good?
went inside 50.
It hurts the soul.
I went inside 50 houses.
But,
in Richmond, Lexington,
Green Lantern,
Winsboro, counties.
Lights Out going on right now.
Oh yeah,
Have you read anything of that?
that's pretty good.
I wasn't in Columbia.
It's
Have
yeah,
you read it?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not. It's
No, what?
it's predictable.
Even though I wanted to be in town, I was willing.
Except for the Red Lantern. Did you read the Red Lantern tie-in?
Yes, I did.
Ugh.
If you really want to know the truth, there was a house in Chester.
I love my
that
Reds.
wanted.
I love my Reds.
It's good. I take it back. The only thing predictable was the planet thing. Like I knew that. I know where that's going.
I know, but
You know.
to go to Chester. My whole point was I wanted to be close.
You don't know where the whole Oa thing is going?
Oh, it was destroyed.
Yeah, I know where that's going.
I actually got.
I don't want to. We're not gonna talk about it. I'll tell you when we turn the mics off.
Okay.
Kind of over in
But,
the Columbia
yeah,
College area,
Relic
kind of where I work.
Has his own little villains month tie-in. He is.
Perfect. Perfect.
He's
And,
destroying.
I love it.
He's trying to stop the lanterns from using so much of the emotional spectrum in the universe. And we have all the entities. They all are now inside of Space Jesus, Kyle Rayner, who, sure enough, did you read New Guardians? Just the cape,
Yeah.
the parallax costume.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And Kyle had the parallax costume, and which was a great nudge to it. But he didn't have parallax inside of him, because you know where parallax is?
Inside of Sinestro.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Which, by the way, I still want the Atrocity Butcher.
Stop it.
Dude, Atrocity Butcher was so awesome.
Nice.
But yes, all the entities are in Space Jesus, and Space Jesus now understands what needs to happen, so he's actually helping Relic. So, and it concludes next week with Green Lantern Annual #2.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's going to be a big book. It's going to be a really big book. But I'm wanting to see, I can't wait to see what happens after this. That's because I'm more or less, I love my Reds. I want to see what happens with the Reds.
I think Guy Gardner, it's a good place for him to be.
Do you feel that, where do you think Atrocity should fit in?
Yeah, absolutely.
He should be like the main villain, right? Like he's trying to get it back. That's what it is about.
I did like how he was like, Kyle took the Butcher away from him,
Yeah.
and Dexter's just holding him. He's like, add him to the list. Yes. Yes. Dexter's a cool kitty.
Calm down. You can play with his eyes.
Yes. But we, now, I don't know if you know this, but the Red Lanterns actually cannot make constructs.
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah. The only ones who can make constructs are technically Rancor and Guy Gardner. They're both, I think it's because they're both ones that can temper the anger
Yeah.
in order to do it, in order to make them, and probably have the imagination.
Of course.
But Atrocitus is right now alive only because of Dexter. Because Dexter is feeding anger into his heart.
Right.
Because once you're a Red, you're done. There's no getting away from that unless you use a Blue Lantern. And the Blue Lanterns are gone, except for Saint Walker.
Kind of out in the country, very pleasant, very nice.
So,
I like.
Relic is right
yeah,
now
exactly.
trying to find the barriers in the
And I
emotional
wanted,
spectrum.
if the price was right,
I would have been okay if they fed
and
more
so
into it,
I was
where
ready.
if Relic was going after all the rest of the
in
Lanterns.
my hands. And then I was reading.
I would have
through
liked to see him
paperwork,
try and go after Larfleeze.
and the real
That could happen.
Said word one.
That would have been
not
pretty
word
cool.
one.
Well, eventually this dude's going after Law Freeze, right?
Yep.
After
Larfleeze isn't part of this
they had the drywall replaced.
in the story.
And
Oh.
apparently
I mean,
It's-
Larfleeze has his own comic issues, but it's not a tie-in.
I don't know what caused.
He attacked
this problem
Oa,
to happen.
remember?
I don't know.
He did.
But apparently,
So he's part of it, sort
at
of.
some point
Sort of,
in
yeah. I mean, right now,
2000s,
well,
the drywall in the house
it-
had been replaced.
holy crap! I think we got two different Larfleeze going on.
I don't know.
Because the Larfleeze,
No
I don't
wonder
think the
the house was
Larfleeze
perfectly
that's in
priced.
like his
It's got
current
toxic drywall. You have
his
to go
solo
in
issue
and take out every single
the
wall
same with the
and
with
replace
tie-ins.
every single wall.
I don't know.
Realtor didn't say word
But
one.
we're
I was
gonna
getting ready to
see.
sign the
Larfleeze
paperwork.
also is another good read as well.
That's why you
It's just
actually
really funny.
read the
One of the things I
paperwork.
took away from the
I'm
Larfleeze
looking
issue
through this
was
paperwork. I'm getting ready to sign
they're
this
on a
paper.
planet,
I've been working with this realtor
and
for
there's
like
these two
weeks, okay?
caterpillars.
And I get
They're
to
like,
this point, and I'm like,
Steve, hey,
pardon me.
hey,
What
Mike,
is
what's
this
going on?
about toxic drywall?
Doing good. How about
Oh,
you?
I forgot to
Doing
mention
great.
that.
How's your
You
day
know
going?
what?
Great.
I just
Oh,
walked
look,
out.
meteors.
I just walked
Well,
out.
this isn't going to
I
end
didn't-
well.
I literally
Nice.
just
It's like that back and forth
paperwork
old school
there,
comedy was really cool.
had this
Sweet.
exasperated look on my face and just walked out.
So that's it for DC that I know of right now. They got Forever Evil and Lights Out. I also want to put a little notice for anyone out there who reads the independent stuff. Valiant Comics is coming out with their first. I don't think I'd really call it their first, but their really big crossover event called Unity. It covers pretty much covers Harbinger, Exo-Man of War, the Eternal Warrior, and Ninjak, which Ninjak will be having his own comic book pretty soon. So Exo-Man of War, Eric is the guy's name. He actually took over a section of Romania that was his old stomping ground, took it over, and so now all the governments are going to these teams or to these people that are going to stop Eric from doing this. Sure.
Okay.
So it's like this whole big war coming out.
Sweet.
Valiant Comics. Sure. Shark said November 20th. I already have my stuff. I'm picking all of them up.
Calm down.
Valiant. DC has me for Green Lantern, Marvel has me with everything because I'm a Marvel fanboy. But honestly, Valiant's kicking tail. Valiant could definitely.
Yeah, and that was the
I
thing.
feel it needs to work on to be
If I
one
could
of the
have
top
found
dogs.
something
Because I'm
that
enjoying
was
everything
the
Valiant
right
has done.
price for the right size or something,
I
right
think like
combination of
6
that, I
issues,
may have chosen
all of them are good.
to
Not one bad
be
one.
farther outside.
Perfect.
But,
So,
you know.
anything
I
else
just
you want
didn't
to
want
touch upon?
When I can think of.
I get in my car, 10 minutes,
None that you
boom,
can
I'm
think
at
of.
work,
No, sir.
even with
The
traffic,
one
so
who has the
great.
mouth.
It's great.
Can't
sorry.
think of anything.
I'm sorry. I wrote it all down. Put it on the thing for you. Sorry you want.
It is what I want to do.
That's right. Just,
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. If you guys definitely have be sure to have a happy Halloween. Be safe out there.
Right.
Get all sorts of candy. We were going to have candy, but Stevie B.
We'll see. Yeah.
no, I said get candy. You said okay, and then you didn't show up here with candy.
It was built in 1902.
Okay,
Gorgeous house. Huge, gorgeous house.
I got Reese's. I didn't mean
But
to.
yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry.
upkeep on that.
But got
now I
Reese's.
have it all
It's a
like
late
snack,
night.
all going
You
on.
know.
Actually, thank you.
Wow. So you ate all the candy. You think I'd be the one to eat all the candy?
It's always good to see y'all.
It was Reese's cups, man.
Okay. All right.
So,
Black
heading out to your local comic book store. Hopefully you guys picked up the
I don't
Halloween
shop
ComicFest.
to that, so I don't. Is that
A lot of good free comic books. We might pick up some and probably do a review on them a little bit.
Probably.
Right? Yeah. There's a My Little Pony comic that we need to get.
Stop it.
What? You have a little girl.
You're right. And what do you have? That's right.
A child imagination. Yeah.
Or a boyfriend. Okay.
Hey, listen, you carry that.
All right. You guys have a.
But like I said, it's always good
have
to see
fun.
you.
Go
And
out
y'all
there,
have a
have
good one.
fun. Read comic books.
Oh, I
watch
do,
your
I do.
movies.
And I wish
stay
you well
tuned for
with
the next
your
episode. Thank you all
house.
so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Space Jesus. Kyle Rayner is Space Jesus.
Well, if you follow Man of Steel,
Breaking
it's
Green Lantern number 20 again. Kyle Rayner is
the
Space
story of
Jesus.
Man.
And
Man
I
of
will
Steel.
agree that
You're right. Yes.
Kyle is the Space Jesus in Green Lantern. Sadly enough, going out of a spaceship looking like the cross kind of signifies that your man's Jesus.
Well, it's just the Man of Steel is essentially the story of the Bible in a sci-fi setting. Because what happened between the years of child and 40? Oh, we don't know.
He grew up.
It just kicks off at 40.
Yeah, pretty much. So you're thinking it's going to be, speculation is going to be, we're looking at a Wonder Woman casting.
Right. I mean, it could be Supergirl, but
I agree.
well, the reason why I lean towards Supergirl is because of the introductory comic you got with, if you did the Walmart pre-screening, they had like downloads, and there's a download you get of a Supergirl comic that takes place before Man of Steel.
Right.
And how she is part of the expedition that goes to Earth. And then in the background, when he's going through the ship, there's an open pod in the background. So it's essentially saying that Supergirl's here already, and she's in the mix with everybody. And
talking
maybe,
about the ship he found in the ice.
right.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there an open pod in the movie?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Not in the comic. In the movie, there's an open pod in the back. So it could just have been an open pod, or it could have been Super going out of the open pod. You know,
Or it could have been someone just had an open pod because people were really
For
disrespectful.
all the other little Easter eggs they put in there, I would assume it has something to do with that.
yeah.
I
So
agree. There's a lot of Easter eggs in that movie.
I really want